Alright, it's time for a Warwick game. This is going to be a beginner's guide to Warwick. I'll explain to you everything in as much detail as possible here. There is a playlist you can find on my channel as well, which includes pretty much all of the other jungle champions, depending on, I guess, when you watch this video. They can either all be out or not yet, but yeah, check that out if you're looking for a specific one. Starting off, we will do the 50-second recall to place the ward there. I mean, I highly doubt that Diana jungle would invade a Warwick, because isn't particularly smart, but it's still better to be safe than sorry if she's like randomly tries to cheese me and start on my red buff or something, you know. Mostly if they invade, you'd always go towards your other buff camp anyway. Like, you can play like defensive here or something, but again, like only against like Kayn and stuff that starts there is considerable. Alright, I'm gonna get a leash here. Pretty reasonable one at that from bot lane. So we're just gonna start with W. If I do not get like a leash, I actually like Q a bit more, but because getting a leash puts the camp lower, below 50% HP, you get the boost from your W, and that just overall speeds up the camp the most. So if you get a good leash, then I'll use this. And I'm also not gonna smite this one because of the W effect. You want to make sure that you smite something early, put it below the W threshold faster, and this will speed up your jungle clear. So the more you can smite something up front to put it low, the better that it will be for your clear speed. If you obviously think you're going to get contested for something, do not smite it early, because then you're just going to lose it. But in a situation like that where they gromp, you just smite it early and then you'll get more clear speed out of that deal. If you smite it late, then your W effect is not going to kick in, and it's just going to cost you overall value, which is not particularly nice. Warwick's kit-wise, I mean, his passive is just a bunch of lifesteal, pretty much. Additional on-hit magic damage and a bunch of lifesteal. If you get below 50% and 25%, it goes up in value. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward with that. And your Q is just a buy, does max HP based damage. You also heal based on damage done. W is the hunt that you see right now. Like, you see targets being low and stuff. So we are gonna look for that. We see a low Riven. We do have the rest of our clear to do, but if you see a good activation of this, you want to go for it. The bot lane activation wasn't good because... Okay, let me just get this guy real quick. No! You're joking. I was about to say, good. Okay, so the W activation, what I call a good activation... Actually need to help this guy push the wave. Okay, sure. We're not going to help him push the wave. A good activation is not bot lane, because if I clear this and I see an activation towards bot lane, I run bot, I lose my entire topside camps. That would not be a good activation. However, this, where I was just doing my raptors calmly clearing and the Riven gets a proc on topside, that's a good activation. That's something you'd want to run for. After that, you can go back to your camps, but going for that is quite nice. That blitz is relatively low. We're just going to finish the rest of our clear now, you know, like nothing else happened. The W activation is like something you want to realize. You want to try to play for those as much as possible. Like, you're clearing and you're trying to look to play for them. You also max this skill first. But yeah, you're running him there. I tried to flash ahead of him and fear him backwards, and then if he goes through me, like, he has to run through me, and I could just like hold my Q to dash behind him once again, making it nice, like overall nice and easy. Blitz is very low, so we're just full sprint bot, because now we have the W activation going towards Blitz here. We have our Tiamat as a first back, which is beautiful. And we could just run all the way down at like 475 movement speed because of this, which is absolutely insane. So the longer he stays here, the better this is going to be for me. It's not great there, Zaya. I'm not gonna be in time. That's unfortunate. She could have tried a little bit more pressure or just like baited a little bit better, potentially, for that to work, but it's okay. Riven is low, but it's not going to really do anything here. Both side camps are there, so let's go take the camps. I mean, they're freezing, sort of. So, I mean, the enemy is definitely losing a bit of CS there. Riven is very low. I am one camp away from level 5, so I'll go take that. And then after that, we'll run for the top Void Grubs to see if Diana is doing them. Skill-wise, by the way, actually still your E gives you damage reduction and procs the fear. You can also manually proc the fear. Your ulti dash, which will give range, and the range increases with the movement speed you have. And then you just snares the target for a while. That's really about it. You'll see the kid in action. And we'll like, this guy's low HP, so we're obviously just running top lane. Walk past the Void Grubs to spot anything. There's the Diana. Damage reduction here. I would imagine that the Mordekaiser shows. That's a flash. Should not be a problem. We're going to go for Diana here. Q through. You're kidding. Fear instantly. Q instantly. Boom. Start hitting minions for lifesteal. Perfect. Movement speed there allows me to just chase very, very easily, right? So we just do that. And we're looking pretty good there. We know this is a recall spot for the Diana right now, so don't have to worry about it. She is definitely recalling. You can really use your Blood Hunt to your advantage. Bot lane is very low. I will never be able to reach there in time. So we're just going to clean this Gromp, heal ourselves, and then we go for these Void Grubs. But that dive is very free there. We're just going to go for the one that doesn't run towards the turret, because that one is much easier to kill, which was the Diana. And then Riven goes on me, and then we just use our damage reduction, reduce the damage Riven can do, and then we just lifesteal as much as possible by hitting minions at the end. To use your passive effectively. And now I'm just going to casually clear this. Also to mention right now, using press the attack these days is slightly better than lethal tempo. It was like relatively even before, but after they... Okay, right now I don't have a Bloodhound on Riven, but I could just W myself. Okay, then this Mordekaiser just went for the ult. Just do this. About now should be good. Insta-fear. I'll CC chain him. Perfect. So I prep my E there to get the fear and Mordekaiser ult ends, so she instantly gets CC'd, and then I can just, like, out of fear, ult the target at the, then to make sure my ult doesn't miss. So try to always, if you're trying to ult somebody, it is generally a good rule to always fear them first and then ult them, because then whilst they're CC'd, you'll be able to get that done. Okay, let me buy the tier 2 boots here. And then I'll buy another health crystal. Let's run bot lane here. All of our camps are back up now. There is a chance Diana maybe took some of my bot side camps here for this top lane gank that I did with the Void Grubs and stuff. But if that happens, we'll see what happens. I think they might be on Dragon. It's gonna depend here, because I kind of need my bot lane to do something if I want to like do something about this Dragon, really. If they don't move, then that's probably not going to happen. Damage reduction, because I actually accidentally stepped out of the bush. Focus that guy. I'm gonna have to flash here, sadly. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, this could be a move. That's a kill. Perfect. And we chase this guy with our W. The movement speed boost, and he's dead. Perfect. I was like playing it out of range there a bit, because I don't want to over-tank damage in that situation, and just go back in after some damage has been done. I think realistically we could have contested that Dragon, but not if my bot lane doesn't want to rotate fast enough. So, you know, it is what it is. We're not gonna like overstay or over-aggress. I did make a slight mistake there of doing one step too far and getting out of the bush, but that mistake was instantly fixed by just pressing E and holding the damage reduction of it. So the damage reduction is basically permanently active for that burst window that they are doing on me, and then I just take 35% less damage, which allows me to survive. It's quite nice. Oh, I think that might be a kill for Diana. Or not. Finish this real quick and just run. We use Warwick passive here, this is gonna be free. Within range on the ult, so we just insta-ult him. Like that one, like, you can use your ult like that. In a lot of situations, it is good to just fear first, but in a situation like this, I'm jumping from here, out of the bush, and she is pretty much walking in a straight line forward, which makes it pretty free. Good kill on top lane. We just killed our Diana, so for me, I'm very much looking at, like, trying to take anything possible, camp-wise, from this Diana. Like, the more you can deny the enemy jungler, the better it is going to be for you. Could check the red buff, but I think it's unlikely. Yeah. We see like a play potentially on the backside of bot lane here. So we're gonna look for that. I mean, like pushing in, the timing on this is not ideal. I also have to consider that in 45 seconds those Void Grubs will spawn. So if I do go for something here, which I will have to go for now. She stepped backwards, like I can't walk. No, okay, sure. That's unfortunate. I think that could have done that. However, the moment Xayah stepped back instead of walking forward, I can no longer turret dive fear the guy. So I will not go for it. We just go back, get the Pathanic Hydra. And then we move for the top side. Because we don't want to delay too much off the 17-second Void Grub spawn. Trying to play towards the objectives whenever you can, as fast as possible. I'm doing quite well here, 5 kills. I have 6 kill participation out of 8, which is beautiful. And most of this has just been me reacting to my W for the most part, right? Like, I've done not much else than just react to the W consistently. And that's all you have to do on Warwick. Like, you can kind of just chill and just react to your W and be fine. I'm actually just going to hit this. I will not smite this until I see the Diana appear. Until that point, I'm just going to hit it down. I feel like Diana can not fight me at all, so I don't have to worry too much. I also went over, so I didn't get spotted by the, like, the scuttle plant thingy. Max Q second. And the last one will smite right here. Perfect. That is an activation towards bot, which I might be able to abuse to gank the Yorick. Okay, never mind, the activation disappeared, so we're just gonna have to, like... That's a bit sad. My Vygar doesn't want to, like, just stun cage and walk forward there, unfortunately. Things are a bit tricky here, it seems. Also a good control ward placement from the Yorick over there to make that instantly visible to him. There is not much to react to there, I think. Actually, there is. Because the reason there is... I mean, my red's still up, don't get me wrong, but I can run down here with a lot of movement speed. But I can abuse this movement speed to walk towards her red buff instead. So I can get here fairly quickly with this movement speed into the red buff real quick and then wait for her to run into me and die. Because she is most likely going to go for her red buff now, I would imagine. She's in the bush right now. She's moving this way right now, you can see it. There he goes. Easy kill. This is like, you can use your W for perfect tracking because of the blood hunt thing. If they are low HP, it's free. And in that situation, because they are low HP, I just get to do that. There's a Yorick here. Should not be a problem. Q out of the cage. Start hitting him. This is a good flash. That's a bit of a problem. Ouchies. Fight me, please. Absolutely do. Try to run away for a little bit. Around the corner and back. And then damage reduction. I do not get to fight this guy for a very long time, I think. Q. Oh, that's his teammate. I see. Flash over this wall. Don't know if this is gonna do anything, but we'll see. Just recall. See what happens. And we out. Let's go. Okay, so this team is relatively squishy, so we're gonna go for Sundered Sky next. If the enemy team is relatively tanky, then you want to go Bladed Rune King next. Like HP tanky. These are not like that HP tanky. So squishy is just Sundered Sky action. That's pretty nice. I got to kill the Yorick with the lifesteal from Warwick and a damage reduction. As you see, like you saw me use the damage reduction effectively, right? Just keep it active, fear, and then like get out. Use your healing, use your sustain. All pretty good. Right here, I do want to play for that dragon, overplaying for this Rift Herald. Because that dragon holds more value to me than the Rift Herald. My bot lane has like very good priority right now there. So I'm just going to clear my top side and clear down towards the dragon so I can get my camps down. Hit level 10 here. I'm still a while away from my smite because I haven't farmed too effectively this game. There's a fight going on, so we rotate. Use our W instantly to our advantage to rotate to the fight quickly. He might already win this, but yeah, they already won it. Okay. Big Vygar stun cage right there. Get this down real quick. Good. Just ult him instantly. Press this, Q through, fear him into the other side. And there we go. Like right there, he's gonna walk into my ult. That's when I'll ult from a distance. Otherwise, I'll try to fear first. But if he like straight up walks like in a line forward, like he was doing right there, that's when you can ult him. Your ult gives you good range. And then after the ult, you just pop your E. Or you click your E once, you then hold your Q down to dash through the target. And then fear him backwards into your team for like a nice engage situation. My team starts doing like really well now. After I have pretty much like won the entire early game for them, they're starting to like take off a little bit. Mostly the AD carry's getting a bunch of kills, which is nice. Now your team is getting something. Ooh, wait a second. That is... In top side, I don't really get to buy this thing yet, so I'm not really looking to recall just yet. I can maybe go for the Riven here. No, my chat's not right. It's fine. I want to ask if you have Riven at ult or not. I don't have a Bloodhound on her, so you could just press the W yourself to activate it. Which is fine. She is running. Good stun. Can I hold my Q down to get to him? I cannot. Riven has too much mobility, sadly. Okay. Could have potentially gone for the wave there, but if I could have closed the distance on the Riven, I definitely could have killed him. This is not something I'd like to see. I just want to do the Rift Herald instead of going for that fight on mid lane right now. I might have to rotate to this, because my team isn't looking particularly healthy at the moment. Okay, there's not gonna... Okay, that's one kill. Ooh, if that Blitz Hook landed, that would have been definitely a dead Mordekaiser. That was a close one. Team is winning, though. Currently just focus on getting the Rift Herald down. And they FF'd it very quickly. Well then, I suppose I'll see you guys in game number 2. Alright, before we get into game number 2 here, I quickly wanted to mention that about 60% of the people who watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you are enjoying the content, it would be greatly appreciated if you consider subscribing. Hitting the like button always helps as well. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy game number 2. Alright, time for game number 2 here. This time I will be playing against a Ka here, which is fine. Not really a problem matchup-wise. I do have a little bit of an issue with like the kiting potential he has on me. There's a good amount of like ult kiting he can do against me to make my auto attacks like not landable essentially for less sustainable 1v1s. But yeah. Same thing here, just gonna reset, place the ward down. I'm on the other side of the map right now, but I'd like to defend my blue over here. Let's go, and then we just move for red buff. Again, gonna get a leash from bot lane here, so I'll just start with W. Okay. Well, I mean, TF has a lot of ping and is disconnected, which is a bit... Oh, he is back. Okay. So yeah, W again to start at below 50% HP, right? Like, get that attack speed increase, which will be slightly faster. He's having some connection issues, unfortunately. At this point, I would rather have started my Q if I knew this was going to be a problem, because then the Q will be slightly better. Because it's going to take me, with Soraka, it's going to take me quite a while to get this camp below 50% HP, and at that point I like the Q a bit more. So I did not realize this guy was going to do this connection thing. So in this situation like this, where you get like a leash from one person, I would take my Q over my W, because at that point that will be slightly better. From what I have seen at least. Get it down though. Do not smite it once again, because you want to smite this thing as fast as possible to get it below your W threshold. Just explain most of the skills at the start of the previous game, so I will not go over them that much again. I obviously talk you through them, but yeah. Clean this up, and again, right now my only game plan here is to just clear my camps until my W activates favorably for me. And that's really the main thing I'm looking for. Up until that point, we're just going to keep it nice and consistent with our clearing. With the pet damage increase, Warwick's clear is actually like relatively decent. Not too bad anymore. We split up a bit of damage here. So we hit all the small ones down a little bit instead of just like simply focusing the big one, because then your pet will cleave the camp better. So you get more movement or more clear speed out of it. Alright. Still nothing going on. Seems like a very passive game here, damage-wise. Or lane damage-wise, they're not going to go for too many aggressive fights, which is fine. It means I'm just going to clear as a proc on bot lane. That's a bit far out of the way, because if I run bot lane now, I'd lose my blue and my gromp, which is currently not worth it. Like, if I was clearing top down, this proc would mean that I actually stop doing my camps, really, because the proc can be very advantageous to getting a gank off. I mean, it kind of depends on the situation, obviously, but this would have been fine. Like, if I'm doing Raptors here, I could just, like, loop around and gank up from behind, and it'd be pretty free. But on this side of the map, I want to just clear the rest of these camps up and get that done instead. Warwick is obviously not the fastest in full clearing. Still, like, kind of making it towards the scuttle by simply doing the smite thing. Like, where you smite the camp down low and then get it done. There's a Ka here. I should easily be able to fight him. There's no way Ka should be legally allowed to fight a Warwick. Damage reduction when he goes in. He already wasted his leap as well, so he's pretty much just guaranteed to be dead now. He's gonna try to flash. We're gonna Q hold. Okay, he didn't get the flash, but if he flashed... Like, I was holding my Q until he gets close to the wall there. And then if he decides to flash, then he's just dead. Because I already knew his leap was down. It's gonna be like a 14-15 second cooldown. It's pretty long. So it's just nice and easy. This is warded by the Jax. I'm actually just gonna reset here because this is playing pretty aggressive. They proc like someone relatively low. Jax has like escape potential. I can get my TM on this back, so we're just gonna go back right now. But yeah, the Warwick tries to fight you, or the cat tries to fight a Warwick. There's not really any champ in the game that can beat Warwick in a 1v1 either. Mid lane. Proc's not gonna happen. So I'm not gonna go for that. It does mean that I run to my camps faster though, which is quite nice. But yeah, that proc is not happening. Smite it down, low HP. See if maybe bot lane proc sometime soon. If they get a little bit more damage on Rel, it will. But up until that point, I mean, we're just gonna keep going. Jax is now low. That proc's also not gonna happen, sadly. It's a bit far. And he's completely under his turret. If he was like under Darius' turret, I'd run for it. But because he is like super safe, or relatively safe, not really gonna happen. Okay, that's a proc on Rel. Rel is dead. Fair enough. We can do a dragon if they want. I mean, obviously, we just got some stuff here. Q hold to make sure you don't get CC'd and knocked away from dragon. I don't have smite for this, but I don't think that's gonna matter. I do, however, think in this situation that I might be losing my Order of the Void Grubs. It gets below 50%, it goes quicker. Don't have smite for this, but I think Ka stops that anyway. Be pretty strange for him to try to fight this. He should just trade for Void Grubs. Okay, that's down. I'm just gonna run straight through mid lane here. I say that, but I see an engage on bot lane that I want to react to, I think. Could look in from, like, behind here, potentially. That's... Oh, nope. Rel scouted me. Okay, I'm gonna ignore Rel and just go for the Sivir. He did the Void Grubs, obviously. Oh my god. My Twisted Fate just refused. That's sad. I mean, they flashed. I guess it is what it is. Kyle obviously already got the Void Grubs. But if your AD carry, he ignores you like that. Like, all you have to do is just walk up, stun card, the guy's dead, guaranteed. Sucks. Happens, though. Alright, by that. Fair enough to the Void Grubs for that guy. Yes, ping issue still, I guess. Sure. It's unfortunate. Really. But it happens. All my camps are basically respawning. Obviously, Void Grubs are now down. So I went for the bot lane gank instead of just running for the Void Grubs here, which did not pay off too well. Let's go top. He kind of needs to trade damage if he wants this to work. That's decent damage trades. This should be fine. That's the proc. Go for the Ka first. Get him down. Make sure to just pick the easiest target first. There's no reason to not do that. Alright, fine. That was some aggression there that I could react to. Jax doesn't get to fight the Darius here, so it should be fine. And we just clear our camps back down, essentially. Trying to wait for like another proc here to happen, perhaps. This Twisted Fate is having some serious ping issues. Not great. That's a proc towards top. Is that a thing I can go for? Probably. I am like one camp away from 6 though. This really sucks. I know the scuttle is here, but... No, don't waste your hook right before I get there, you maniac. That's good enough for me. Am I dead to this? Did he hit me? Nope. Haha, let's go. I don't think... Like, I already figured he probably didn't hit me, but yeah, that worked out quite nicely. I don't mind dying there, that's fine. Executing it's completely okay, because he also misses the wave here. Darius gets a plate, it's free. Let's get this, and I will take this. Now my bot side camps are up. We note that this is going to respawn sooner than the dragon, so we're gonna play up and see if I can play towards that spawn. This is still here. Blue is also still here, but I don't think Ka's gonna do too much about it. But I do want to clear upwards because of that here. So I can play towards, well, the respawn of these camps, and then also the void drop spawn, because I don't particularly want to give him all 6. Especially when there's no dragon to trade for it instantly, you know. Still just kind of waiting for a proc. Might have proc mid lane just now. That's not gonna kill, but I'm gonna kill him, I think. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Just ult, because we know exactly where he is. We have the movement speed. We know exactly where he is because we know his exact position from the W place. Like the W, right? Like, you see a dark red spot there. And fear him instantly. It's fine. He doesn't get to jump me here. I dare him to jump me here, basically. He doesn't have ult up available right now. He took turret aggro. That's beautiful. Thank you, Viego. Oh, you took an extra turret shot. Ah, he got executed. That's not bad. I'm not sticking around here because, like, top lane rotations are a bit of a problem. Potentially Vigar teleport as well. So I do have to respect that a little bit there. But that was pretty clean. Viego took the turret aggro there. Beautifully done. He sadly took one turret shot too many, but, you know. I fear him. I just auto-attack Q. Get to press the attack proc. I do want to finish red buff in this instance. Not a fan here. I think I'm losing my void grub still. Or losing the void grub still. I'll go take the reset though. Let's run up top lane here as fast as possible. I can use the movement speed here to get to the void grubs, and hopefully Ka didn't rush them down, but I think he did. I think at this point I could expect that to be the outcome. We'll see though. We're gonna hit this, go over the wall, see if the Ka's here. He is in fact here. Force him to jump out. This is not a problem. I am getting a little bit messed up here. Just fear, it's fine. Get him out of the way. And then just use Warwick's, like, disgusting healing capabilities and low HP fighting prowess to win the fight. And make sure to use your Titanic Hider right after you auto-attack, generally speaking, because this is an auto-attack reset, which will give you an extra press the attack proc speed, which is quite nice. Extra Q second here. We are 7 kills. We have 9 kills in the game. So we have pretty much done everything so far. That's the other void grubs. I feel like this guy's gonna be on his red buff, because it just recently respawned. So I feel like he just runs out of base for this, right? Oh, wait, am I mistaken? I think I'm mistaken. Okay, I see. Not a problem. We don't have a hunt on him, but we just do this manually then. Just fear him to get the assist. I don't really need to kill at this point. I'd like my Viego to just have it. Run down, because this guy's gonna get a proc soon, I think. There's the proc. See if I can make it. She is fully running though, so that's a lot of respect right there. Stun, just Q through and then fear to get the fear off, and then we just dragon off that. The Sivir ran correctly, and then the Rel like tried to get ward vision there, I think. Auto attack into Q hold, so you don't get knocked back by the dragon. And then here, obviously, don't smite early, because if the enemy jungler shows up, then I'd want to have my smite ready for it. Yeah, you see the general gameplay I'm doing across both games. For me, winning the early game is just reacting to the blood hunt. Like, that's pretty much all I'm doing. I see a good proc off it, I'm gonna go for it. Oh, fear him. I'm gonna have to ult him instantly, otherwise my Soraka is gone. Okay, my Soraka is gone anyway, but I guess he trades his life for it, that's fine. He used his flash for that too, so that's pretty decent. I have 10 kill participation out of 12. We're gonna clean up my bot side camps here. Then we note that 30 seconds on the Rift Herald. The Scuttle is gonna spawn. Did I just leave a small one alive? That's fine. I'm not running back for it because that would be a waste of time at this point. It's going to despawn eventually. But yeah, right here, we're just going to go for the spawn on the top side. That's where the objectives are going to be. So we're going to clean up our bot side so he doesn't get to get anything here. Just reset, run up there, get like the top side defended, look for these two things. You know, everything's going to happen over there. I have double tenacity in my runes, so I'm not going to go for Mercs here. And there are a squishy team once again, so we'll go for the Sundered Sky instead of the Bladed Rune King. If they are a more tanky team, HP-wise, like Mundo, Sejuani, Nautilus, etc., then you go Bladed Rune King second. If you are gonna opt for Bladed Rune King second, you can then also opt for Lethal Tempo. Because then the on-hit from that would be quite nice, that just get more attack speed for. But if I'm pretty much already certain that I'm gonna go Sundered Sky, I'll always go press the attack these days now, because of the fact that, yeah, well, they nerfed Lethal Tempo, right? It's not like a terrible nerf or anything, it's fine, but it definitely makes enough of a difference for press the attack to just be better if you're gonna face the squishy stuff. If you already know you're, again, going for Bladed Rune King, then the on-hit damage, on-hit speed for it to be effective is gonna be better out of Lethal Tempo, obviously. It's a bit of a trade-off you're choosing for there. Let's get this down. My topside camps are pretty much defended. Obviously, my botside camps are all down. I probably left a small one alive on accident here. But they're all defended. And they're all down. There's nothing that can be counter-jungled. He's not going to take my topside while I'm doing Rift Herald. That'd be interesting. Get this down. That guy's low, so we're going to react with the Blood Hunt once again. There's the K. Doesn't matter. We just damage reduction this guy. He's already used his dodge, so I don't have to stress too much. Oh, that's an extra turret hit. Get him down instantly. And he's dead. Perfect. Just tank the damage up front with the damage reduction and you're chilling. I'm gonna instantly push the wave here, because I want to ideally use this Rift Herald for this second tier turret. The second tier side turrets are... Are you seriously joking me, Darius? Okay, I see. I mean, I guess he gets the bounce, so it supposedly is fine. If he would have dashed that thing into the other direction, I would have been very sad about it. Okay, it's fine. He took red, so I'll take the red buff here. I can pick it up. I'll take the reset. Get the Sundered Sky and then just run bot lane. I feel like I'm gonna go for the Sterak's here. The reason I'm going to opt for Sterak's most likely is because I do have the double tenacity in my runes, but they do have quite a bit of CC. So I feel like if I just go for the extra tenacity from Sterak's right now, that'd be fine. I can also at this point just opt for defensive items, right? Like Thornmail, like Spirit Visage for the healing. I can go Jaksho for like double resistances. Like all of those things are fine. Yeah, like this is the damage combination I'm really looking for. But I feel like in this situation, going Sterak's is good because of the additional tenacity. So I'll go Sterak's first and I'll build some extra resistances afterwards. I'm making sure right here that I clean up my bot side, get the red buff, make sure to hit level 11, make sure to finish my smite before I currently do look for anything else. I mean, my team is already like kind of gonna win now because I gave them the entirety of the early game pretty much. Alright, so they're kind of chilling. You see that guy on bot, this seems like a fine fight. I'm just gonna go for Sivir. She is not low, so what we do is just proc the W manually, so we get to chase the guy. We know exactly where he is because we see his path. We chain him, and he's dead. Tank all the turret damage in the world, doesn't really matter. You are very tanky, as you can see. Good sustain and just hit the minions again. Q the minions for HP. Yeah, now my team is like the same thing happened at the last game, right? Like I react to my Blood Hunt and I just get a bunch of kills out of it, and then now I'm like fed, get my team a lead, and now my team is just like kind of taking over. I had nearly 100% KP, and now my team is just like, you know, widening the gap a little bit. That's all good. Get the turret down here. I want to look for like this dragon here as well. Just getting the turret and I can get the dragon. My team has the push already, it's fine. I might have to react here. Being in a jungle now is good for me because it gives me increased mana regeneration to potentially be able to rotate for this. I think I may have to, but... Okay, I'm going to. It's fine. Not yet. Team disengaged the fight, so I'm not gonna walk. If my Blood Hunt would have procced, I would have ran. But without it, I'm not going to, I think. Just finish this. Oh, does he win that? He doesn't, but... Dash through, follow him, exactly perfect. I held my Q there the moment he like tried to dash out. Oh, I need to make sure that this guy doesn't like ult one-shot me. I don't know if he has it, but I cannot disrespect that because I'm worth 1,000 gold. That was good there. We anticipated the jump, we held the dash through, and then pressed the fear on them and on the entire enemy team. I was trying to ult the K, but apparently the Jax body blocked my ultimate, so it is what it is. Get this down. Good. How much do I need for this? 2650? Okay. I'll farm that out before I reset then. Currently have the dragon control 3 dragons. I obviously lost 4 void drops, but that's fine. Traded that for the dragons, essentially. As long as you go for one of the two, really. 265. Can you not take my camps, please? That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. That's 154. The good thing about Styrax as well, by the way, like it gives you damage like just by base value, but it also gives pure HP, which gives your Titanic more damage. My team wants to go Baron, so I guess I'll go Baron. I'm not against it. I'm gonna have to rotate for this one. I'm expecting a Blood Hunt proc soon, but it might not be happening, so I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna activate it manually then and get the proc myself. Maybe I can run at them. I can run at Sivir here. I'm probably gonna go for Sivir here. Don't have a movement speed increase towards the guy, so it's not gonna really happen here, sadly. Vigar's just pushing bot lane. Spear, and he's dead. I got the CC, perfectly CC chain him off that. Okay, he's CC'd. I'm just gonna ult off the CC chain once again to make sure the CC is like locked down. They don't get to do much, and we just go for top turret here. Just hit top turret down. Vigar's gonna keep pushing bot, but I don't think it matters much. Really? I was kind of hoping Darius would reset for that, but apparently that's not happening. Or Twisted Fate, or like anyone really. I guess it doesn't particularly matter. You can get the turret, but like their base is gonna be doomed here. Just hit the turret. Like you can technically consider recalling for that, but we just have such an advantage at the moment that just pushing to end the game is gonna be the move. Vigar's gonna have to be forced to back here, and it's nothing they can do. Good. Finish the turret. There you go. And that is that once again. Ooh, is it? I mean, it's game over, surely. There you go. So again, I would have gone Styrax here into 2 tank items. Probably, I mean, 1 magic resist item is Form Spirit Visage, most likely, because that's a very good one for Warwick. And then maybe a Jock Show for the amplification of everything, or like a Thornmill for healing reduction, something like that. But all you have to do is like Titanic into Southern Sky or Blade of the Ruined King into just tank items that fit well into the enemy team, and that's really all you have to do. So yeah, that's it for Warwick. I hope you guys enjoyed both games of this. The example shown to you twice with just reacting to your Blood Hunt. And, you know, you get an advantage of it if the Blood Hunt is active in the early game, just full clear, and you're chilling. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to like button below. Helps me out quite a bit. Yeah, wait. I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Before I forget. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, this is for game number 1. I ended up doing 8.4k damage, which is the most here. I mean, I had like most of the early game control, really. My team started to catch up a little bit, but they weren't there just yet. We have true damage at 486, objective damage at 31.4k, healing done at 13.5, damage taken at 17.4, which is the most, self-mitigated at the most at 11.3 as well. Gold earned, 7.9k. And then for the runes, press the attack dealt 777 total damage. It's, I mean, obviously not a very long game. This adds up a bit more. I will say that Lethal Tempo does scale better. So like going into the late game stages, it's going to be better. But like for the early game stages, like getting the early kills and stuff is much easier with Press the Attack, especially now. So yeah, Triumph for a bit of HP, not too much. Alacrity for the attack speed, Last Stand for the more damage in closer fights. This is like Warwick's best friend because you are playing on low HP quite a bit and using your passive effectively. Celerity for the extra movement speed out of your W procs, and Water Walking for the same thing, so you can rotate faster essentially. Take the Tenacity here if you need CC reduction. Then for game number 2, and I did 13.8k damage. I did less than Darius and Viego here, but they went for a slightly bigger fight angle than me in certain situations. Like, I gave them the early game, right? Like, again, with the same thing. Like, I created an early lead, had most of the kill participation, just made sure to, like, Bloodhound proc the entire time. That's all I really did, just Bloodhound proc, and not much else. But then obviously I tried to play for some extra objectives, and they just went for like some fights, like when I was doing the dragon, for example, and they were fighting in mid. Like, that's all additional damage they can have in those situations, and I just didn't get because of that, which is fine. We have true damage here at 672, Darius 3k. We have objective damage at 48k, let's say. So this is a big one, obviously, trying to be on top of this still as much as possible, trying to get all the dragons, which is what I did. Obviously lost a couple Void Grubs because I decided to go a bot lane for a gank, but, you know, those are decisions. I got the dragon already, so it's kind of fine. Healing done at 21.3k. We have damage taken at the most at 29k here as well, very good. Self-mitigated at another 21.7. Like, this is already very, very good, right? Like, my damage was respectable, but I took by far the most damage from my team once again. Warwick's very good at that, so you can easily like get that done. Gold earned at 12k here as well, just consistent farming, getting some objectives, you know, kills, all that type of stuff. Very good. For the runes, Press the Attack, 766 damage in this case. It was again a relatively short game once again, but this can amplify to be a lot quite easily. When the game drags out to about 30 minutes, that's when the rune damage like really kicks in with more fight scenarios, right? Because in a lot of cases here, I do have a lot of kill participation. I have 20 at 21 minutes, which is very, very good. But they died so fast in a lot of cases that my Press the Attack didn't even get to hold too much value. I mean, it gets a little bit of an additional damage proc when it procs, but the exposed damage in like a team fight when you engage on like a tank, for example, the exposed damage is gonna skyrocket in that instance if your team hits that same target. So you can get a lot of additional damage out of Press the Attack in fights as well. Triumph for 1400 HP, extra gold. Tenacity here because this enemy team had a lot more CC than the previous one. That's also why I took the small rune Tenacity as well. Last Stand for additional damage in closer fights. In this game specifically, there weren't too many of those, but still 216 extra damage is good. Every single bit of damage you get here means you are below 60% HP and you're gaining that damage then for like higher values, which makes those closer fights more winnable, and that's why I do like Last Stand mostly. And then again, Celerity and Water Walking to like play off of your W procs to make sure you get the movement speed increase and the rotation speed increase, and you're good. Once again, build-wise here as well, same concept as I said, right? Go Sterak's here in this instance because of the extra tenacity being quite good against that team. And then I probably would have gone for something along the lines of Spirit Visage Jaksho, or maybe Spirit Visage and Thornmail, maybe Jaksho Thornmail, you know, something to tank the damage from the enemy team. And whatever fits best will fit best. It'll highly vary on the game which tank items will be effective. But yeah, Titanic and Sundered Sky / Blade of the Rune King are generally the damage items you need. Past that, it's mostly tank stuff, and you'll be good. But yeah, with all that being said, that was it for Warwick. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I upload daily, so be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.